Hello, I'm the Radical Centrist, and in this show we're going to be asking the question, is ideology addictive?
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment,
for the first time ever anywhere.
The point of this, and I'm watching CNN talk about this as violent white nationalist protests. We have done everything in our power to keep this peaceful.
I think ideologies are attempts to explain reality, and they're very similar to conspiracy theories, because conspiracy theories, they suck you in by having a little bit of truth, and then they stack crazy on top of it. You know, for example, David Icke, he gets people in with his beliefs because he'll go, it's the government, they're lying to us, and you're like, yeah, I think the government, they are lying to us. And then he's like, the banks, man, they're lying to you. And you're like, you know what, I think the banks are lying to us. And then he's like, and the lizard people, they're lying to you. And you're like, really? The lizard people? I can't even trust the lizard people. What is happening to this world? I think conspiracy theories are addictive because they allow you to dissociate from your own problems for a moment. You know, I don't need to worry about all my debt and all my mistakes because 9/11, man, you know, that's the real issue. World Trade Center 7, man. They lied to us. The government did 9/11. They're tricking us. Was that really the biggest issue in my life? The only inside job I needed to worry about was called healing. I think ideologies are addictive because just like alcohol helps you dissociate from your own pain and feel relief, so do ideologies. You know, like I met this guy who was into that whole Jewish conspiracy theory stuff, and he was like, oh, it's the Jews, man. They're ruining our society. They're ruining my day. After a while, I realized that Jews were just a metaphor for all these personal character flaws. So I started playing along with him. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm always late for things. The Jews, you know, I always talk over the top of people. The Jews. You know, quite often I feel very shy and awkward around people I'm attracted to. That's because of the Jews. The Jews are doing that. In fact, I'm hoping to have a Holocaust for all my Jews so I can become a better person. Other ideologies do the same thing. For example, feminism. It's like, oh, my problems are the patriarchy. It's the patriarchy that's oppressing me. That's the problem. It's like, really? You know? Like, it's true that some men are in positions of power in majority. There's a lot of men in power, but there's a lot of women who are more powerful than me and a lot of other guys. You know, are they part of the patriarchy? You know, it's sort of like the Jewish conspiracy. You know, like feminists talk about men in the same way Nazis talk about Jews. You know, and look, it's like conspiracy theories. They can point to some things that are true. There are a lot of men in positions of power. And you know what? During Nazi Germany, before Hitler came to power, there were a lot of Jews in positions of wealth and power. But what happens is they lose nuance, right? They don't realize that, yeah, there's some Jews who are poor and shitty who don't have any power. You know, for example, Anne Frank, she didn't have any power. She didn't need to get killed. But the Jews killed her because they had this belief that the Jews were oppressing everyone. Similarly, feminists believe that men are oppressing them, and well, in reality, there's men who are just like Anne Frank, right? Anne Frank was hiding in the attic with her family, hoping the Nazis wouldn't come in. While there's a lot of men hiding in their grandmother's basement, hoping women do come in. I think ideologies are addictive because they allow you to do what you want to do most, which is to not take responsibility for the shittiness in your own life. Like, it's true that the government is often corrupt and they do shitty things, but at the end of the day, it's not the patriarchy or capitalism or the Jews that makes me drink too much. Like, my brain is like the corrupt president of like a society of thousands of cells. My subconscious are like journalists asking my consciousness questions. Mr. President, weren't you saying for months now that you were going to start going to the gym? Look, as I've said before, we are in a motivational recession, and in times of motivational recessions, we have to cut back and play more video games. I've said it time and time again. Mr. President, is it true that you spent the entire national budget on alcohol and cannabis and then proceeded to masturbate for hours? I did not have sexual relations with myself. Mr. President, do you blame all your problems on political systems? Look, you're fake news. You are fake news. It's the Jews. It's the patriarchy. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm doing a show called Blaze Against the Machine about addiction, the war on drugs and psychedelics. I'm doing it at the Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney Comedy Festival next year. You can find events for that in the description. And also I'm doing an interview with a friend of mine who was involved in the radical left-wing political scene, who endured a lot of bullying and had a lot of experiences, and they would like to share their story. So a link for that will also be in the description.